doing? Got a new sales program coming out. It's called One Price, Take Your Pick. Prices are $49,000, $59,000, $69,000. So what that means is that every X1, every X2, and every X-Star that we still have in stock for the 2008 model year is one price. $49,000 for any X1, $59,000 for any X2, and $69,000 for any X-Star. Now that's regardless of the options, regardless of the sticker price, regardless of any of those things. It's one price, $49,000, $59,000, $69,000. Now the things that are added on to that, the customer does purchase one of the boats at the special pricing, and it's listed right here on this flyer. This is the flyer that you'll get to show for our new program. Is you have freight of $1,795 plus any applicable freight that applies to your dealership. If the boat that you sell is not physically at your dealership, has to be moved from our storage location or another dealership. Dealer prep fees of $695 or more if it's an X80, and documentation fees of $395, which is standard throughout all of our dealerships, plus any applicable taxes. And those taxes are going to be depending on the state that you live in. This program should be a really big program for us, guys. The remaining boats that we do have that are 08s that aren't listed on this flyer are going to be the X1, the X2, and the X-Star. So that leaves get the X15s, which are sold out of for 08. That leaves the X35s, which we've got 2 or 3 more left of. X45s, which we've got 2 of. Also leaves out the X80s, which we have 2 08s left. So that's a few boats that aren't listed on this card. You're going to see some new sales programs coming out for those as well. But use these. These are going to be a huge tool. Take these out when you're out and about doing your outside sales stuff. Drop these off. Stick these on people's doors. On the back, the way that I've had this printed is it's a matte finish on the back. So any ballpoint pen, you can write on it. You can write the person's name on it. You can write your name on it. Any information about any specific boats that we have. Maybe they have a specific stock number they're looking for, a specific color, things like that. This also has all of our dealership contact information on it. Circle for the person what dealership you work at when you give this to them. Get as much information from each of these customers as you can, and you're going to have a higher likelihood of closing these deals. So use this program. This is going to be a huge program. On top of all this stuff, guys, is it's also got some listed payments here. I want to explain those a little bit. These listed payments here are payments as low as, for an X1, $454 a month. Payments for an X2 as low as $495 a month. And payments for an X-Star as low as $577 a month. Now, if you read the fine print down here at the bottom, it explains how those payments are laid out. I'll read that for you just so it's clear. I'll try and answer any questions I kind of anticipate you may have. Payments are only an estimate, and at the reasonable current rate of 7.49% to 7.99%. Financing only the amount of $49,000, $59,000, and $69,000 for the term of 180 to 240 months. This is only an estimate and is only available upon approved credit. Expires no later than December 31st, 2008. We reserve the right to end the promotion without any notice at any time previous to 12/31 of 08. So let me break that down a little bit, and I'll explain a few of the things. The first sentence says, payments are only an estimate at the reasonable current rate of 7.49 to 7.99%. So what that means is that the X1 is going to be, because it's a lower amount financed, less percentage rate, 7.49. You get up into the, actually, excuse me, that's vice versa. The X1 is going to be the 7.99, whereas the X2 and the X-Star, because they're over $50,000 financed, are going to be at the lower rate of 7.49. Get a little bit lower rate when you finance over $50,000. The next break is at $100,000. Financing only the amount of $49,000, $59,000, $69,000. What that means is that $454 a month is financing only $49,000. That means this person would have to put the total amount down to cover their taxes, the freight, the prep, and the documentation, as well as any options that they wanted to purchase for the boat above and beyond that. What it comes with as far as the spec sheet says. Same with the X2, $59,000 and $69,000. Those payments are figured at financing only the amount shown. They would have to be putting the amount down to cover taxes, freight, prep, and dock. Next line says, for the term of 180 to 240 months. Well, these calculations are just like this. X1 is at 180 months, because we're financing less than 50 grand. Less than 50 grand, we can only finance up to 180 months. Banks won't allow anything longer than that. Now, when we're financing over 50 grand, 59,000, 69,000, they'll give us up to 240 months. So these are figured with the max term available for the boats purchased. Expires later December 31st, 2008. That means that this expires December 31st of 2008.
It also says no later than December 31st, 2008, which means we reserve the right to end the promotion without any notice at any time previous to 12/31/08.
Guys, all that means is that we reserve the right to end this promotion should we run out of 2008 boats, things of that nature, or if it simply doesn't work for us any longer. So encourage your customers to buy as soon as possible in this program. I've sent out by email a listing of all the 2008 boats on this program that are currently available, a picture of each one. Some boats have higher discount than others because obviously some have a higher sticker price than others. Those most expensive boats are going to go first, so encourage your customers to take advantage of this as soon as possible. So happy selling, guys, and use this program. It should work very well for us. Thanks.